Love is a global grandeur which illuminates humanism beyond the walls of discriminations of religions, castes, colors, classes, and creeds. Friendship is a virtue that has been interwoven with the code of paradise. Moreover, it is a strong bond that comforts one another, encourages each other, and unites together. Here are innovative actions to fortify Naval's sphere of interfaith and interreligious harmony, which is enriched by mutual love and respect in Kerala, India. Kerala, situated in the strategic Indian Ocean shoreline, is God's own country. This is a picturesque, pretty land that carries the story of hearts which pulse for the care and concern of others. Here, human blood, hearts, eyes, and other physical organs are remarkably shared with fellow beings for serving their inevitable demands. Once the state had outstandingly achieved 100% literacy and now became a model for heartfelt harmony by donating their body parts for rescuing the lives of others. Matthew Achardan, in serious moments of his ailment, was preparing to face calamity and painfully allowing his weak heart to take pathetic last beats with very low scale pumping. Achardan struggled to meet both ends of his life. He labored diligently to set up a small shelter for his family, which comprised his wife and 2 children. One day, Matthew Achardan came to know a hard reality that he was suffering acute heart disease, which could only be cured by transplanting a heart.
അസുഖം വന്നിട്ട് 6 മാസത്തിലാണ് ഇവിടെ ലിസിയിൽ പോയത്. അപ്പോൾ ലിസിയിലെ ജോസ് ചാക്കോ ഡോക്ടറാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ ഹൃദയം മാറ്റി വെക്കണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞത്.
One day, Matthew Achardan came to know a hard reality that he was suffering acute heart disease which could only be cured by transplanting a heart. Mr. Achardan was hopeless because he was too poor to think about the huge burden of high expenses for a heart transplantation surgery.
അവരുടെ കുടുംബത്തിന്റെ ഒരു അവസ്ഥ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് വളരെ പ്രയാസമായിരുന്നു. എന്തായാലും അവരെ സഹായിക്കണം എന്നുള്ളൊരു തീരുമാനം തന്നെ എൻ്റെ മനസ്സിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
It was very important to realize the real pulse of harmony in hearts. His friends and neighbors came forward to achieve the unavoidable aim. The whole region united together to support their needy friend regardless of their differences.
Kerala is not only well known for its human development achievements, but is also well known for religious harmony. The state of Kerala is largely free from any communal tension, conflicts or communal violence. And this great tradition of communal harmony is symbolized in a recent incident which got the attention of entire Kerala society. A heart transplantation which was successfully conducted recently was also an example of this communal harmony.
People took it as a mission and supported Matthew with full confidence to prepare for treatment. Visual and print media also highlighted this unity of the land. It was a Herculean task to find a medically befitting heart on time to rescue his life. The dedication and determination of Dr. Jose Chako Periyapuram, the famous cardiac surgeon who performed the first successful heart transplant in the state of Kerala, as well as the first ever successful heart retransplant in the country India, made this happen.
Mr. Matthew Achardan, a native of a small village in Tricur district, who was suffering from an end-stage heart failure. What we call it as dilated cardiomyopathy, that is a disease which affects the functioning of the muscles of the heart. The heart muscles are like elastic. They stretch and they recoil. Like a good elastic is very short and it recoils back to its original shape. And when we lose the elasticity of the heart muscles, the heart becomes very huge and it gets filled with the blood, but it is unable to recoil and pump the blood from inside the heart to the rest of the organs on the human body. And that condition is called dilated cardiomyopathy. And he came to see me about 18 months ago with end-stage heart failure, when he could not lie down, he could not breathe, he could not eat, and he was swollen and he was breathless, and the only treatment which we could suggest him was a transplantation of his heart, because all the medications failed to heal him. So we did necessary investigations and found out that he is actually in a stage where his heart can be transplanted.
Backing of people from all walks of life really boosted confidence of the patient, who hopefully waited for an unknown matching donor. It was a miracle in his life that the gracious family of Neelakanta Sharma came with a generous effort of extending the heart of that great man. Even in that moment, there was a big huddle of arranging air ambulance for transporting the heart from one end to the middle of Kerala. Dr. Siddiq Ahmed, Chairman and Managing Director of Eram Group, came with wholehearted patronage, providing whatever money was needed for surgery.
നമ്മൾ ജീവിച്ചിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളോട് ആരെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് ഹൃദയം തരുമോ എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചാൽ നമ്മുടെ എല്ലാം മറുപടി എന്തായിരിക്കും? തീർച്ചയായും നമുക്ക് ആർക്കും തന്നെ ചെയ്യാൻ കഴിയാത്ത ഒരു കാര്യമാണ് ഒരാൾ മാത്യു അച്ചാടന് നൽകിയ ഹൃദയം. ഒരു നിമിത്തം മാത്രമായി പെട്ടെന്ന് തീരുമാനമെടുക്കുകയും അതിലേക്കുള്ള ചെലവുകൾ വഹിക്കാമെന്ന് പറയുകയും ചെയ്തു എന്നല്ലാതെ മറ്റുള്ളൊരു കാര്യവും സ്വാഭാവികമായി ഞാൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല എന്നാണ് വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നത്. എന്നിരുന്നാലും അതിന് സൗകര്യമൊരുക്കുന്ന ദൈവതമ്പുരാന് നമ്മൾ നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. While I am traveling to my home, I just received a call from one of my friends, Mr. Pramod. He is asking about some help. I came to know this subject before I leave from my home, but unfortunately I was driving. So Pramod asked me, is it possible to support some amount for some operations? I says, yes, definitely. What kind of problem? He says, there is issue for transporting the heart and between the operations. I say, whatever the things you request, let me know. So initially they are asking for 13 lakhs. Without thinking, I just says, please go ahead and offer them, ask him to come and collect the payment, or I will ask him to send the money over there. But Alhamdulillah, it's come down, and at the same time they get positive energy to do the operations. It is good things actually. The people all become team, not only police, not only the doctors, not only the media, all our Kerala people was involved on the same matter. And Alhamdulillah, the operation was success, and the person was, yesterday I visited him personally, and he was walking around and he is driving his auto rickshaw himself.
State and district administration, media people, police officers and political leaders also actively involved and took their responsibilities. The dynamism and dedication of various government and non-government missionaries were widely appreciated. When the family of Mr. Sharma decided to donate the heart, Dr. Jose Chako Periyapuram happily shouldered the risk of complicated operation. Dr. Siddiq Ahmed generously extended financial support, and Matthew Achardan accepted the heart into his body.
We got a message from the Kerala network of organ sharing that a suitable heart is available in a city called Trivandrum, which is the capital of Kerala state, nearly about 250 kilometers, I would say, far away from Cochin, where our hospital is situated. The problem with heart transplantation, unlike other organs like kidneys or liver, is that the heart does not tolerate a longer period of ischemic time. What we call ischemic time is the time between the heart is stopped on the donor body and the time when the heart beats on the recipient's body. So it should not exceed more than 4 hours. So by road from Cochin to Trivandrum, it normally takes about 5 hours. An ambulance may take about 3.5 hours. Harvesting the heart will take nearly half an hour to 45 minutes, and the transplantation may take nearly an hour and a half. So by going by road is not possible, because it probably may exceed 5 to 6 hours of ischemic time. And that's the time when the team of transplantation decided that we will think about airlifting the heart from Trivandrum to Cochin. And we considered various options of airlifting. Basically, the easiest way of airlifting is going by a scheduled aircraft. But we can't really rely on it, because we cannot coordinate the time of operation to the timing of the flight. The second option was to go for a private helicopter. There again we had a lot of limitations, because we had to carry about 4 people, including the doctors and the nurses. We had to carry about 40-50 kilograms of ice slush. We had to carry a lot of instruments. We had to carry a echocardiogram machine and everything. So a helicopter cannot take this much of load. And also the helicopter cannot fly during the night time unless it is a twin engine helicopter, which was not available at that time. And on top of everything, the helicopter was not available in Kerala at all, so it had to come from outside the state. So we thought it is not a practical solution to go for a helicopter, a private airlifting. And that's the time we thought we will consider or we'll request the Indian Navy, the Southern Naval Command, which has got different types of helicopters as well as they have got airplane. Actually, what we requested to the naval people was a helicopter because we did not know that the Dornier aircrafts were available to them at that time. 9 o'clock in the morning of the transplant, I got a call from the commander saying that, "Doctor, with all your specifications, we probably may have to give you an aircraft, which we call it a Dornier, which can carry nearly about 6 passengers with 2 crew members, and whatever weight you want to carry, we can provide that." That the Navy was extremely helpful. Their manpower has been tremendous, and they had been, they have excellent coordination, and they got their own, airspace and whatever it is. So they took us to Trivandrum, and it took us only 35 minutes from Cochin to Trivandrum. We harvested the heart, and we had almost like a green corridor from Institute to the international airport where the Dornier was kept ready. So within about 10 to 15 minutes we could reach the Dornier. They took another 30 minutes, and by around 7 o'clock in the evening, in the night, they could land at Cochin, from where within 5 to 8 minutes we came to the hospital and with the transplant. So ultimately we could do the transplantation in 4 hours and 10 minutes, which is almost within the target time. When we had a naval aircraft being arranged, the main hindrance for us was the cost. For them, we had to pay nearly 6 to 7 lakhs rupees. And Mr. Matthew Achadan had only a limited amount of funds, which was raised by the local people, the panchayat, the local non-NGOs and institutions. So when I spoke to the family, they said, "Look, doctor, we can definitely give the money, but we are short of money." So we went ahead with the naval aircraft, and after the transplantation, or the day after the transplantation, we had one of the beautiful news which we received from a person called Siddiq Ahmed, and he is the chairman of Eram group of business organizations based in Middle East, and he volunteered to pay the entire cost of the airlifting of heart from Trivandrum to Cochin. So here again we understand that a Christian is getting a heart from a Hindu after his death, and a Muslim person is helping him with the finance which the person desperately needed. What more can we think about a religious harmony in this world? Multiple religions coming together to give life to an individual.
Now here we can see the harmony of love that beats in the hearts of Matthew. And he realizes love is beyond the boundary of all disparities, and his life is a living example for this reality. Here, a live physical vivacity of interreligious and intercultural engagements is perfectly prospering.
I did the first heart transplantation in Kerala in 2003. That time, a patient called Abraham had a heart received from a person called Sugumaran, who had a road traffic accident. This time, Mr. Matthew Achadan, who is a Christian hailing from Trichure diocese, has been given a heart by an individual called Neelakanta Sarma, who is basically one of the Hindu denominations. Obviously, we know that when we talk about donor matching, we don't talk about religion, we don't talk about the caste or creed or race or whatever it is, but we talk only about the body weight, we talk only about the size of the heart, we talk only about the blood group and that kind of matching of HLA matching or whatever it is. So in a place like Kerala or India where there is innumerable number of religions, faith and belief, a person belonging to a religion donating his vital organs after his death to another person who belongs to a different denomination of religion is something which we have to keep it as a model for religious harmony. I don't think anybody talks about giving a Christian heart to a Christian heart, or a Muslim heart to a Muslim heart, or a Hindu heart to a Hindu heart when somebody's life is at stake. Here is an example of a family giving the heart or any organs of a person at the time of the deepest of sorrows in their life. A 45 or 46-year-old gentleman, the prime of his life, dies, and even that kind of a death is very difficult for the family to accept. And once they are in the depth of the sorrow, they are giving the beloved's organ to somebody else, irrespective of religion or caste or creed. That is something which we all have to take it as a model for a peaceful living in this world. The ultimate message is that the religion is only for the well-being, should be for the well-being of the nation or well-being of the society, rather than to create disharmony and fighting between the people. And that's a great message which I would like to give to the rest of the world, citing the example of this heart transplantation as a program.
It is easier to extinguish the light, but we need more efforts to kindle a life. A number of people like Matthew Achardan expect heartful help. Yes, deprived people are waiting for our delightful and generous backing.
The heart transplantation of Mr. Matthew Achardan is a miraculous example of interfaith harmony in Kerala.
രോഗാവസ്ഥയിലാണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവൻ്റെ നിസ്സാരതയെക്കുറിച്ച് അവൻ ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ്, അവൻ്റെ നിസ്സഹായതയിലാണ് അവൻ ദൈവത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് അറിയാൻ ശ്രമിക്കുന്നത്, മനുഷ്യൻ്റെ മഹത്വത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് കാണാനും അനുഭവിക്കാനും ഇടയാകുന്നത്. അത് സമൂഹത്തിൽ സംഭവിക്കുന്നു. ഇതൊരു തുടക്കമാകട്ടെ. ആ തുടക്കം വലിയൊരു പ്രസ്ഥാനത്തിന് മനുഷ്യൻ്റെ മഹത്വത്തെ അറിയാനും അംഗീകരിക്കാനുമുള്ള ഒരു വേദിയാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുകയാണ്.
ഇന്ന് ഈ സംഭവം നടന്നിട്ട് ഒരു വർഷം കഴിഞ്ഞു. അതിനുശേഷം കേരളത്തിലുണ്ടായ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ, ഇറ്റ്സ് അൺബിലീവബിൾ. Yesterday I was visiting one of the church, the father saying that the people have changed their mentality after Matthew Achardan operation successfully. The people are changing their mentality to donate the organs in Kerala. This is the big things or big changes in our country.
Now, the wheels of vivid confidence are rolling on the pavements of unity of hearts, which generates lovely beats of hopes.